On Monday, I spoke of probably one of the most famous dreamers of all time, and that's the story of Joseph in the book of Genesis, chapter 37. And even the brothers, who they were the ones who had to hear about his dream. And they said, "Here comes that dreamer." When they were kind of up on a ledge, they saw him coming. "There comes that dreamer." Indeed, he was. And as I said, he not only was a dreamer, he was the interpreter of dreams. But yet, he had to live the dream out. And there were pitfalls along the way. And he was sold into slavery, taken down to Egypt, assigned to a man by the name of Potiphar, where he became a servant or a slave. And that could have been the time when the dream could have been stolen, because he could have gotten a bad attitude about the whole thing. And he could have began to rail against it and gripe and moan and groan and complain like a lot of people do. But he didn't. Indeed, he took a totally different attitude, a totally different perspective of everything. And he decided to do the very, very best that he could do. With what was put before him, as the old expression is, the cards that he was dealt. He ascertained that the best thing for him to do was just to make the best of the situation. And to me, that is one of the greatest things that a human being could ever learn. Make it work for you. Make the best out of it. It may not be the perfect situation, and it may not even be just. You say, "Man, I have been done wrong here." And indeed, this young man Joseph, he was done wrong. But he didn't dwell on that. He didn't make that the focus of his life. He made every day count. And there came that time when God was ready to bring the dream into reality, but Joseph had gone through a lot of training in the meantime. And do not discount the training. Remember, Scripture says that him whom he loveth, meaning God, he chastens. God chastens. Why does he do that? Well, he does that to bring us to a place of maturity. How to deal with disappointments in life. How to deal with those things that don't seem to be going the way we think it should go. Fighting off the scourge of discouragement, but keeping a positive attitude. Believing that God will make a way, and he will bring those things that he has implanted in our hearts, the dreams, the visions. He'll make it reality in his time. But in the meantime, he's just working on us, just making us a better version of ourselves, literally building and maturing us into a place that we can handle the responsibilities of our own dreams, of our own visions. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.